Most founders think of customer service as a support function, tickets, emails, phone calls, something that comes after the sale. But during BFCM, customer service is where your supply chain either shines or falls apart. Because every return, every late shipment, every missing item, every defect, it all lands in customer service. So if your supply chain isn't tight, your CES team becomes the front line of chaos. And in this video, I'll share 5 real stories where supply chain issues flooded customer service during Q4, the projects we ran to fix them, and how those fixes turned losses into recovered revenue. By the end, you'll see why CS and supply chain needs to be in the same room before BFCM. A fashion brand hit record sales in BFCM, but within 30 days, returns skyrocketed. 12% of orders came back. The CS team was buried in angry emails, wrong sizing, poor packaging, delayed, and refunds. And the founder told me, we sold like crazy, but feels like we're losing money just processing these returns. So we launched a returns plus supply chain recovery project. Here are the steps. First is to set clear the SOPs for the 3PL. Restock good items, refurbish lightly used ones, and scrap the rest. Number 2 is automated RMA tracking so customers got instant replies. We created a weekly defect report to push back to vendors for reimbursement. This wasn't just CS responding faster, it was tying CS data back to supply chain's actions. The brand recovered $45K in refunds from vendors for defects, and returns handling fees dropped 30%, and the CS ticket resolution time was cut in half. Another brand, electronics this time, customers were flooding CS with "Where's my order" tickets. Their 3PL's tracking updates were delayed by 48 hours, and by the time info got to CS, customers were already furious. Support was stuck apologizing with no answers. So we ran a tracking plus transparency project which synced 3PL's WMS with the brand's help desk software. We automated live tracking updates into CS dashboards. Then, we built proactive emails to customers when shipments were delayed. Now, CS had real-time visibility and not guesswork. Where's my order tickets dropped 65%, CS saved 40 hours staff in 1 week, and customer satisfaction scored went up 18 points in December. A home good brand was issuing full refunds for defect items, eating the cost themselves, and they thought there was no other option. CS had no connection to supply chain, so they just refunded to keep customers happy. But behind the scenes, defects were supply chain's responsibility, where we built a defect report directly from CS tickets. We then matched the defects to a specific POs and vendors. Then we filed claims back to suppliers for credit or refunds. This connected CS tickets directly to supplier accountability. Instead of losing $2 per unit on 20K orders, they recovered 40K from vendors. CS kept customers happy and the brand got their money back. Now, moving on, a wellness brand oversold their hero SKU by 1,200 units. And why? Inventory in Shopify did not match what was actually in the warehouse. CS was destroyed. 100 of tickets I ordered 2 weeks ago. Why is my order canceled? Refunds piled up. The brand's reputation took a hit. And as a solution, we run an inventory sync project wherein we connected WMS and Shopify real time. We set safety stock buffer in the system to prevent overselling, and we built proactive CS messaging when SKU were low or OOS. CS was aligned with supply chain before the problem exploded. No more overselling, cancellation dropped 90%, and CS turned from firefighting to proactive communication. During BFCM, one brand's CS team doubled ticket volume overnight. Shipping delays, product defects, returns, and everything spiked at once. The CS team was drowning, supply chain wasn't giving them data fast enough, and the founder said it feels like 2 separate companies, ops and support, and neither is winning. We solved it by building a joint CS and supply chain war room for peak season. Number 1, we did daily huddles between ops and CS leads. Then we shared dashboards, inventory, returns, defect rates, ticket volume. Number 3, we approved playbooks. how to respond to delays, when to issue refunds, and when to escalate to suppliers. These align both teams in real time. Tickets backlog cleared twice as fast, customer satisfaction jumped, and the brand avoided $75K in potential lost sales from cancellations and churn. So here's the pattern. Returns, supply chain data plus vendor accountability. Shipping issues, supply chain tracking visibility. Refunds, vendor claims not sunk cost. Overselling, inventory synced with CS. Ticket spikes, joined war rooms. And in every case, the problem started in supply chain and landed on CS. The solution was connecting the two. And the impact wasn't just happier customers, it was tens of thousands of dollars recovered, saved, or protected. On November 13th at 7 p.m. EST or 3 p.m. PST, I'm hosting a live workshop on exactly this: how to prepare your customer service and supply chain for BFCM. We'll cover how to set up defect to vendor reporting, inventory syncs, and CS playbooks so your team isn't drowning in tickets when November hits. And there's one big key takeaway. You cannot undo returns or defects, but you can make sure your supply chain recovers the money for you. If you want to protect your margins and your reputation this holiday seasons, this is the session for you can't afford. Click the link below, save your spot, and I'll see you live on November 13th.